Yes, I did. Yes, ma'am.
Did you visit that intersection summer of 2020?
Yes, ma'am. I was out there the whole summer almost.
What was the reason that you were out there?
Well, there were protests already going on in the city due to what happened to George Floyd, the brutal murder of George Floyd. And so I was already outside basically protesting. And in the midst of that, Rayshard Brooks was killed at the Wendy's on University Avenue. I'm okay. Thank you.
And you said you were out there most of the summer.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you leave and come back? Tell us about.
Yes, I did. I used to leave and go home and take a bath and change my clothes and come back out. So we started the day after the shooting. The protests kind of migrated from downtown over to that area, and we stayed the whole summer till about July, I think, 17th, 16th, 17th.
When you say the whole summer, can you estimate what month you started?
We started in June, the day after the killing of Rayshard Brooks. The very next day, the day that the Wendy's got caught on fire.
And so you said that you went home to take a bath. How did you prepare to stay out at that intersection?
I don't think that I prepared at all. So we didn't have any, we had tents, we had cots, some people had brought out their cots and tents, so we had coolers, grills, but I didn't prepare for it. It just happened.
Were there any, you said that people had tents, were there any other comforts or anything while you were out there?
After a while, after we had been out there for some weeks, we had some people come out there and install a toilet, so we had a bathroom out there. The 4th of July, we were getting 2 showers installed. We had a garden, and tents, cots, coolers, grills.
And were you out there, when you were out there, can you estimate how many people you think were out there when you were there?
Well, on a daily basis, it changed. People came from everywhere. So the people that were there on a daily basis, that were there every day, maybe 20. But every day it was many people who came from all over. They said they came from out of town, or hundreds of people would come every day, take pictures, sign the Wendy's, sign the sign that had been taken down, the Wendy's sign that was on the ground.
And you said there were tents. Where were the tents in relation to the Wendy's?
They was right where you come in the front. So there's the driveway here, a little sidewalk, but once you come in, the tents were lined up right there along the side of where you would park at if you went to the Wendy's, in the parking lot.
And in terms of traffic, was there traffic coming through that area?
Yeah, so cars could go through on the day of Rayshard Brooks' funeral. They brought his body there, and the hearse, actually, and the rest of the cars in the line for the funeral rode through the Wendy's, went around the back of it, and went back out.
And you said the day of the funeral. Was the traffic steady after that?
No, so we weren't letting people drive through there. So we let the funeral car, because they wanted to bring his body down there, drive through there with the family, drive through there, but cars weren't driving through there on a daily basis, no.
And what was done to stop people from driving through there?
Just someone was standing there saying you couldn't come in.
So one person in the middle of the street telling you couldn't come?
It wasn't in the middle of the street. It would be in the driveway of the Wendy's, and there was a cone or maybe 2, but just someone standing there saying, you can't come in, and they would park across the street at the warehouse, or they would park at the BP or at the liquor store and walk down to the Wendy's.
Okay, and you said we weren't letting people through. Can you describe what you meant by that?
Me and the other black people who were down there standing up for Rayshard Brooks, who were down there protesting, who had been at the Wendy's since it burnt down and stayed there for all those days afterwards.
And you said it was a protest. What was the purpose of you down there? Like, what were you guys trying to accomplish?
Well, we were going to turn the Wendy's into a peace center. We had been talking to the city council members who had been coming down there, and they were going to actually turn it into a peace center where you could come, get resources. We were already passing out food and giving out clothes and things like that, so we were going to actually be inside of a center and be able to, just a community center place for people in the community. But more than that, it was just that everything that had happened, all the killing with the innocent Black people who were being killed by the police, that was the reason why we were down there. And to say, you know, our lives do matter and we shouldn't die like that. So that's what really our cause was. We wanted to see something change from what had happened with Rashard Brooks. It wasn't just, you know, oh, he got killed, we're gonna turn our backs to that, so.
And you said with the killing of Black people by police, were there police down there while you were down there?
No, there weren't no police. There were no police. I do know one night there was one police. I don't think he was supposed to be down there, but he pulled up to, at the top, I think it was a barricade there at the time, and he stopped, he parked his car, and everybody's like, oh, there go the police, y'all, you know, like, get on alert. But he actually walked down there, and I'm sure he wasn't supposed to be there, but he said he was just coming to check.
It's sustained.
Yeah, he just checked on us.
And you mentioned barricade. Can you describe what you meant by barricade?
So at some point, we had cones in the beginning, but at some point there were yellow cones, like the big yellow cones that you would see if you were doing construction. They were brought there at some point, but we would block one side of the street and have the other side open. So it would be blocking one of the lanes on the side of the street, and you would be able to, you know, or someone would be standing there and you would be able to go up the side of the other side of the street.
So you said cones, but then you kind of made a motion.
There were barricades and cones, both.
Okay. And so just so I'm clear, when you say cone, you mean like the little,
Construction cone, the orange construction cone.
and then the barricade is different from the construction cone.
Right, it's like the long, kind of rectangular shape. I guess it's a road blocker or something, I think. You know, it's what you use when you're doing construction.
And did you see, were you there when that cone or the barricade were put out there?
Where in the beginning they were put out there every day, so at some point I'm pretty sure, yeah, I saw them put out. I was there when they were put out, or probably even put them out there, so yeah.
And while you were out there, did you know everybody who came out there?
In the beginning, I didn't. In the beginning, it was maybe like 10 people after the fire, and we migrated to the BP, and it was about 10 people. So we stayed out there all night, and the next day, everybody went home and came back. And it was like, okay, we came back, so we're here again, and literally just kept coming back every day. I think one of the people may have been Rashard Brooks' half-sister, and she was there, and yeah, but it was a group of people who had came the first night.
So, in terms of conversation that you had with the individuals out there, did anybody identify themselves to you, like telling you who they were while they were out there?
Yeah, we all knew each other after we had came and met each other and came back the next day. So everybody introduced themselves to each other, and so we knew each other after that.
And so did anybody introduce themselves to you as being related to Richard?
They did. Someone was supposed to be half-sister to him, and she was out there as well. She was there the whole time.
Okay. So the fact that you said that you were out there for an extended period of time and you saw maybe one police officer, did you see any other people that you thought you could identify?
I'm not sure if the question is.
So let me ask you this. You said that you saw somebody who was a police officer. How did you know that person was a police officer?
He had a badge. He got out of a police car, Atlanta police car, and he had a gun, and he had on like all black. I mean, he had on the uniform.
And so you also mentioned other people came out and told you who they were. Did anybody else come up to you and identify themselves as being part of the group?
Yes, so we had a few people who came out there, said they were city councilmen members, 4 of them actually. They were part of the city council members.
So I I want to direct your attention to July 4th.
Okay.
Were you at that location on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know how long you were out there?
All day.
So all day, started from,
I slept out there the night before. I got up that morning, I went home, changed my clothes, and came back out there. So all day except for maybe an hour or two July 4th morning.
and so, did you sleep out there the night of July 4th?
I didn't sleep, but we were out there the night of July 4th, yes, ma'am.
And were you out there around 9 o'clock that night?
I was there all day.
Ever hear about a shooting that happened at that location?
Yes, ma'am, I was there when the shooting happened.
Can you tell the jury what you heard about that shooting?
What I heard,
I'll rephrase, how did you find out about a shooting that happened?
I was there when it happened, and I heard the shots and was looking right at it.
And do you know whether or not, you know who was involved with that shooting?
Involved in what way?
Who the victim was?
Yes, ma'am, I do, and I'm so sorry for her loss. That was not what we was out there for, and that wasn't supposed to happen.
And you said that you saw what happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us what you saw?
So at that point, the day had been good all day. We had so much stuff going on, but it had got dark. And when the council members came out, they let us know that we were on a list that.
Objection. Hearsay.
You said,
Okay.
you can't tell us what somebody told you.
Okay. So alerts were high on that day. We had stopped putting the barricades out in the street. Talking to the city council members, we came to a negotiation that, that's what the issue is. Everybody's upset that the barricades are in the street. So if we could stop putting the barricades in the street, and they wanted to come board up the Wendy's. And so we stopped putting the barricades in the street. But that night, the barricades were put back in the street. At the time of the shooting.
Why were the barricades put back in the street?
I think for safety. They weren't blocking both lanes. I think it was maybe in the middle at the top and on one side at the back. So it was two of them, just blocking where the Wendy's driveway is. And they were put there so, what we heard wouldn't happen is, we would be attacked by the KKK.
Objection,
So,
Your Honor. Hearsay.
So the barricades, you said, were put back in the street because of safety.
yes, for safety.
Okay. And the barricades were in the street, and you were telling us about what you saw.
Yes, so a lot of cars had been coming down to the barricade and had been turning around and going back up, but this car didn't. It kind of paused for a second. I don't know if they had a brief interaction, talked, but kind of went through the barricade, almost hit someone, and once that happened, shots rung out, a lot of shots. I saw someone standing there, a male who I did not know, and I knew most of the people at the Wendy's. Someone who I had not saw before. He was dressed in all black. He had tactical gear on. He had dreadlocks. I can't remember if he had a beard or not, but now that I'm picturing it, I see one. I don't know why. But he had beads, a necklace beads with like black, red, green, and yellow. And he just opened up his gun. Like in the car, he moved like from right to left a little bit, like he was in a military, like he had training or something. And he kneeled down a little bit and he was shooting. And as he stopped, the car went on up, and there was another gentleman who was with him who, I had saw them two together that night. Both of them were at one end of the barricade. He started shooting as well once the car continued up. The car continued up. Everybody was panicking, running around crazy. And they said the car's coming back down.
Objection. Hearsay.
I heard out loud that.
But you can't repeat what anyone else said. So you just tell us what you saw. Noises, you can say that.
Yeah, everybody started taking cover again, and the car started coming back down the street again, and then there were shots again, and the car continued.
And so after that, you said you stayed out there, but you didn't sleep.
Right.
What happened after the car drove away?
Again, everybody was panicking, running around. I was asking everyone, like, what happened? What's going on? You know, what happened? They said somebody,
Tell us what everybody said.
and, you know, it was clear that someone had drove through the barricades and they had shot at the car.
Okay. And you were still out there. Were you out there when police came?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Did you talk to officers?
Yes,
Do you remember the names of the officers?
I do not. I know that it was a female officer, a little heavy set.
Did you give a
No, she wasn't an officer. She was a detective, I think. Like she didn't have on a uniform. She had on maybe like a suit or something. So she could have been like an investigator.
Okay. And did you only speak to officers or law enforcement one time?
Yeah, one time.
Okay. And the story that you just told us of what you saw, did you relay that to the law enforcement when you spoke of that?
I did.
Okay.
I also told them that they were shooting across the street in the parking lot across the street, and there should be shell casings over there, but no one went over there to go see or pick up the shell case in the parking lot across the street.
And so you're describing people that nobody went over there. You're talking about
The police and
investigators
yeah.
that you spoke to?
No, I'm talking about the police people who were like out there that were, I guess, picking up stuff from the crime scene. They didn't go in the parking lot across the street where the warehouse was.
So you were still there when people came to pick up shell? Did you see anybody pick up shell casings?
I didn't personally see them, but I'm sure that that's what they were doing because we were talking to like the investigator, the lady, like basically telling her what happened. And, you know, it was still a lot of people out there. Nobody, I mean, a good bit of the people fled, but the people who had been there at the Wendy's the whole time, they were all sitting out there. Literally everybody put their guns away because we knew the police was coming because before the police arrived, we saw on social media that someone had already got shot in the car before the police even arrived. So we knew the police were coming. Everyone put their, not somebody, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that Secoriea Turner had got shot in the backseat of that car. So we all put our guns away and we waited for the police to come.
So let me ask you. You corrected yourself just now when you were talking about what you found out. Why did you feel the need to apologize?
Because she was somebody and she wasn't supposed to die that night. We were down there protesting for black people, saying our lives matter, and a black child life was taken and that wasn't supposed to happen.
Earlier when you told us about being out there,
No, ma'am. I'm good.
when you told us about being out there, you said you stayed out there until mid-July.
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason that you stayed after this tragedy happened?
So unfortunate that she passed away, but what we were out there for still was a cause.
Your Honor, relevance, this goes beyond July 4th, is what we're here to talk about.
You guys come up to the bench for a second.
We were out there for that cause that we were out there, which was standing up for Black people, and again to protest that we shouldn't be gunned down like dogs in the street. So that's what we were out there for. And yeah, I didn't want it to be over. I felt like we had a chance because we were communicating with the city council members, and they were supposedly coming to some type of negotiation that we had a chance for, maybe to make a change.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. So let's start with the things that we possibly can agree with, okay?
Okay.
The very first thing is that Secoriea was innocent, correct?
Yes.
Secoriea was gunned down in a car that was driven on the street, correct?
Yes,
That was not the goal of the protest, correct?
that's correct.
All right. I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 30A. You testified on direct examination that there were some barricades that were put out.
Yes.
Will the witness step down here? Can you tell the members of the jury on July 4th where these barricades were?
Here before you get to the driveway,
Okay.
up the Wendy,
All right.
maybe a little bit, but it was before the driveway. So maybe here, and there was one after the driveway.
And these were barricades that you guys as citizens set up, correct? No officers set up these barricades. Now, what was the purpose of setting up these barricades?
At the time, on the July 4th, it was for our safety, to keep cars from getting as we drive immediately close right there to the window so that they would have to or turn around, but they would, if they did come, they wouldn't be able to come right there, they would have to come down at the time.
Okay. And there were armed men standing by the barricades, correct? All right. Did you have a gun on this day?
I did.
And what kind of gun did you have? AR-15?
Or AR-22,
AR-22?
yes.
At any point, did you fire your gun?
Not one time,
At any point, did you point your gun at somebody?
I didn't.
And why is that?
Because that wasn't what we were out there for. All the time, we had upset people come to the barricades that were just mad that they were there and they wanted to get through. A lot of people didn't understand what we were out there for, and I would say just let them through, and that's what we were doing most of the time, is just letting people through. If they were just, that upset and didn't want to turn around, they were supposed to let them through.
Okay. Now, you talked about knowledge of the people that were at the barricades throughout this time. You remember that testimony?
Knowledge of them?
People that were there.
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever know Julian Conley?
Not before that day, I did not.
Did you ever invite him out there?
I did not.
Is he a part of the community?
I'm sure he is a part of the community,
Okay.
but
Based off of your personal knowledge, is he a part of the community?
the Wendy's community or the city?
The Wendy's community.
He wasn't before that day.
All right. And what organization were you associated with?
I'm associated with Take Back Atlanta. It's a nonprofit organization that is founded by myself and my wife to stop gentrification in the city.
And how did you know to report to the Wendy's at a certain time, or that these protests?
It was no time to report. We just all migrated there in the midst of the protests and kept coming back every day. So if you would go home, no one had to tell you to come back. You just knew we was coming back the next day.
Okay. Were there like group chats?
No, not one.
Okay. Now, you also testified that you guys, and I quote, weren't letting people drive through. Is that fair? That's what you said on direct?
Weren't letting people drive through the Wendy's?
Correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
What authority did you have to stop people from driving through the Wendy's?
I felt like I had the authority to stand up for Rashard Brooks' life because his life mattered. And so I felt like what I was doing out there was a cause and we could stop these cars from coming in here. That's what authority I had.
Are you post-certified?
No,
Have you ever had the ability to arrest or anything that normally comes along with being a police officer?
no.
Now, let's talk about the car, the Jeep.
Okay.
When the Jeep comes down, where are you standing at that moment?
The first time or the second time?
The first time. Let's talk about the first time.
I was standing in the parking lot of the Wendy's.
You're standing in the parking lot.
Yes.
Go back. I'm gonna just approach.
Okay.
Can you tell me where you were standing?
I was standing right in the driveway area, so I was standing.
Yep. That will be your
Driveway right here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was standing right in
Okay.
inside the driveway.
Inside of the driveway. Was there a white van that was in this driveway?
I think that there was.
Okay. And was that white van blocking your view?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. So when the Jeep comes down the first time, tell the members of the jury what happened again?
I think there was a brief pause
Okay.
before it continued. I'm not sure if they were talking or they spoke. But there was a brief pause, and then the car continued through the barricade. I think somebody kind of got sideswiped.
Okay. So let's pause right there. You said that the car continued through the barricade?
I mean, continued through the block, so it didn't actually hit the barricade. It kind of like swerved around the barricade.
You would agree with me that the car tried to maneuver around the barricade, correct?
Yeah, it definitely tried to go around. It didn't hit the barricade. It didn't smash into the barricade.
All right. So once the car maneuvers around the barricade, what happens next?
So I heard the guy who was there scream out like, "Oh, like oi, oi," or something like that, and shooting rang out. It was shooting.
Right. So you heard somebody scream out something.
Yeah, like to I guess notify that they coming through or something. He said, yeah.
What was the position of the windows as this Jeep was coming through?
In the beginning, I couldn't tell what was the windows. The windows were up. It was dark, so it looked like they could have been rolled up on this side that I was on, which would have been the driver's side.
So there's a scream, the Jeep comes around, and you hear what?
Objection, Your Honor, ask and answer.
I have on cross, Your Honor.
You do. Just don't go into any hearsay.
I won't.
Okay.
What happens as the Jeep goes around the barricades? What happens next?
It started shooting.
All right. Can you tell the members of the jury what was the cadence of the shooting?
The cadence. I'm not sure what you're asking.
Was it like
Your Honor, speculation.
she was there, Your Honor? She has personal knowledge. She said that she was at the Wendy's in the parking lot.
You can ask her if she knows.
Okay. Do you know what the cadence of the shooting was like?
The beat of it,
Yes.
continuously.
Okay.
It was continuously, continuous fire. It didn't stop. It was like it just continued.
Okay. And you're familiar with firearms? You had a firearm?
I do. I am, and I'm licensed to carry, and I've taken classes on firearms. And yes,
And the cadence of the shooting, would you say that that's consistent with somebody shooting from a AR-15?
I would say that that's consistent with a lot of shooting going on at the time.
Okay.
A lot.
Now, let's go back. Jeep comes around, you hear the cadence as you described as rapid. Blah, 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 blah. What happens next?
Again, everybody's running around. Once, do you want to know after it went up the street?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it continued on up the street. This person in all black, the guy with the dreadlocks, was moving again in tactical, kind of like he knew what he was doing.
Okay.
And he was shooting, kind of kneeled a little bit. He was shooting, and then the car continued up, and then there were more shooting from this barricade here, which was another gentleman. He was dressed in all black.
You would agree with me that because you fired a weapon before, you're familiar with the muzzle flash?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 2. We're going to look at the University Camera 3, and we're going to start at 9:40. We'll start at 9:46. And while we're queuing that up, you do know that there's video of this incident, correct?
Right.
And when was the last time you had an opportunity to watch this video?
I saw this video in 2021.
2021?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to start it at 9:45:50. Now, as we watch this video, I want you to tell me at what point the person standing at the back barricades fires their weapon.
The video stopped. They're firing it now. They're firing it now behind the barricade. They're firing it when they ducked down right here, and when they went around the other side, as it was continuing on past, that's when they're firing it.
Pause it. What is the position of the person who you believe to be firing the weapon at this particular moment?
It's kind of squatting down a little bit.
You can actually touch the screen. You can draw on it. Make an X for the person you think is firing the weapon. Okay? So now
He's not firing it right now.
he's not firing right now.
He's not firing it right now.
You would agree with me that if his back is to the street and he's facing the barricade.
In this picture right now?
Yeah, right now.
No, I don't think so.
What position is he in?
He's squatting down and he's looking over this barricade at the car coming down.
He's facing the barricade.
Yes.
All right, let's hit the play button.
Now he's
Pause it.
squatting.
You would now agree to me that his position has changed, and can you describe to the members of the jury what his position is?
He's kneeled down with his gun pointed.
Let's get rid of this X. Tell me, what direction do you see this person looking?
To me, it looks like he's looking between the barricades, so it looks like he's looking at the car coming up through the barricade.
So at this point that the car reaches this direction, had you heard any shots already?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a bunch already.
It was a bunch already. So prior to this moment, there had already been shots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And where are you right now? If we're looking at the Wendy's, where are you? Can you tap the screen and mark the screen with an X where you would be?
I'm in the parking lot here.
Right there.
I don't see me there, but that's where I was standing at. I was in the parking lot.
Okay. So you would agree with me that there's a distance between the barricade and the area in which you were standing.
What do you mean a
There's
distance?
a distance.
The 3-car distance, possibly, yes.
Okay. And what are you wearing?
I had on A blue Nike jumpsuit and a pink jacket.
And who were you with at this particular point?
Who was I with?
Yes.
What do you mean? I was with the people in the Wendy's parking lot.
Okay. So we're now zooming in. Can you tell me what the people's names were that you were with?
Their nicknames or their government name?
We can start with their government.
There was a Slim. There was Quint. And there was Zoe.
Slim, Quint, and Zoe?
Yeah.
Is that their government?
That's not. I don't know their government.
You don't know their government. Okay. Now that we've zoomed in, can you see yourself in this from this angle?
I can't. No.
No?
No.
All right. Now, you said that you previously testified that the man is in a squatting position, correct?
This one at the top. Yes. He's
Okay.
he's not kneeling, but he's in a position to shoot.
Okay. Where is the car at this particular point?
It's approaching, about to pass him.
Is the barricade in between the car and him at this particular point?
It is.
Okay. So, is it fair to say that the car is not in his direct line?
It's not. He's not shooting yet.
Okay.
So it was being shot from the back here while it was coming up here. And as it approached closer to the barricade, this car, it was like you could tell that this one clearly stopped, and you could see that this car, it was continuing to get hit as it continued on past the barricade.
And how many shots have you heard at this particular point?
I can't tell you how many. It was too many to count.
Too many?
Too many.
More than 5?
Yeah, more than 10, more than 15. It was shots everywhere. It was just shooting. It was a lot of shooting.
All right, let's hit the play button. Pause it. Did the person's stance just change?
It did. He went into a
What
squat.
did it change to?
He went into a squatting position.
The squatting position?
Looked like squatting, yeah.
Okay. And where's that firearm that you see? Where's the firearm now?
Can't really tell.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the play button. Pause it. Right.
That's when this person started shooting in the car. That's when I saw this person at the top. I'm sorry. Yeah, so once this car got here and he goes around the barricade, that's what he did. He went around the barricade and started shooting at the car.
Who started shooting?
This person in the squatting position here.
Okay. So let's pause it frame by frame. Pause. You would agree with right. You would agree with me that his back is now, the barricades is right here, and now he's facing this way. If we're looking at it.
Absolutely not. He just went in a crawling position around the barricade, and now he's facing the car. He's facing the car.
For demonstrative purposes, I'm going to take this chair. And this chair is going to be our barricade. All right? You would agree with me that this is similar to the barricade?
Not at all, but okay.
I understand. You would agree. The very first time we stopped it, he was here. Right?
You'll have to get on this side so I can, this side, yeah, this side so I can see. At the beginning, he was in the front
Okay.
in a squatting position there.
Here?
Yeah.
Where does he go next?
He go around the barricade.
Around it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happens?
I mean, it's thin, so he's instantly around it once he, I'm sorry, came out of that crawling position. He's instantly around it, and he's shooting at the car.
Okay. Which way do you see him facing right now?
I don't see him.
And where do you see the car at?
It's passing it,
Passing what?
the barricade.
All right. And pause it. Where do you see him now?
It looked like he's looking over the top of the barricade.
Is he completely behind the barricade?
Yes.
Where's the car?
It's passing the barricade.
Play. Pause. Where is he now?
He's behind the barricade.
Where's the car?
It's up the street.
Prior to this particular point, can you tell the members of the jury where he has had a clear shot on this car at?
He had a clear shot on it when it was right there passing him on the other side of the barricade. He had a clear shot. That's when he was shooting at it, when he went around the barricade and it was coming right here past the cones.
Okay. You said that you had experience in muzzle flashes. You know what a muzzle flash look like?
Yeah.
Did you see any muzzle flashes come from here?
I wouldn't, because he's on the other side of the barricade.
When he shoots, he's on the other side of the barricade?
He's on the other side of the barricade.
So, where's the car now that he's on the other side of the barricade?
He was already on the other side of the barricade before the car completely passed it.
Now you said that the car comes back down.
It did.
And what happens once the car comes back down?
They're shooting again.
Who is they?
I said theirs. They're shooting again.
Who is they?
I don't know.
It seems argumentative. The witness said something, she answered the question. She said theirs shooting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said they are shooting. I'm sorry. You said they're shooting again.
Theirs.
Okay, I'm
Theirs
sorry. My apologies.
shooting again.
And where does this shooting come from?
At that point, I saw the car. It was coming back down the street. I knew that they were shooting going up, so I assumed there would be shooting coming back down, and I wasn't really paying attention. I don't recall who was shooting. I don't know.
Let's hit the play button. Actually, let's fast forward it to 9:49. Hold on one second. Can you tell me where the three people are that are shooting at this particular point?
What, 3 people?
The three people you described that were shooting.
Here's one, I guess. I can see somebody here, looks like at the back barricade, and I can't see the front.
You can draw.
And there were 2 people that were shooting.
You can draw, sir.
Is this, I can't tell if that's somebody or not, but he would have probably been behind the barricade still.
Is that one of the people that you saw shooting?
I can't tell who that is.
Is that one of the people you saw shooting?
Objection.
I can't tell who that is.
Your Honor, there's not an answer. I asked, is that one of the people you saw shooting? Her response was, I can't tell. She needs to start, if I can finish.
Go ahead and finish.
She needs to start off with yes or no, and then she can explain from there. But she has to give me a definitive answer to the question.
Okay, I will.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, may I respond?
Yes.
He can't tell her what to say. If he's asking her what her answer is, she gave her answer more than once.
No, wait, Your Honor, I'll rephrase. I'm sorry. I'll rephrase. Who did you see shooting?
I saw the 2 men in black.
There's 2 men in black. Can you point out where the 2 men in black are that you saw shooting?
I can't see them in this clip right here.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like one of them here. He just came out a little bit, and he's back behind the barricade where the circle is.
Did you see a muzzle flash come from his gun?
Right then?
At any point? When we just watched the video, did you see a muzzle
No,
flash?
I didn't.
And you would agree
But I
that-
know for sure he was shooting because I saw him shooting.
I'm sorry?
I know for sure that he was shooting because I saw him shooting.
Let's go back. And while we're queuing it up, was this gun you saw, the people shooting before the cars reached the second set of barricades, were those handguns or AR style guns?
I only saw one person shooting. He was in all black tactical gear, and it was a long AR type rifle.
Now, if you can tell us when to pause at the moment you see the muzzle flash come from the second part of the barricades.
This is when he starts shooting at the car, and he's on the other side of the barricade, so you won't be able to see the muzzle flash.
So when he shoots, he's on the other side of the barricade?
That's correct.
Okay. Would it surprise you to learn that there were no shell casings found at that end of the barricade?
It wouldn't.
Why not?
I don't know. Someone could have picked him up, or anything could have happened to him.
Are you speculating?
No, you asked me why wouldn't there be none, and someone could have picked him up, but I know that there was shooting there.
Did you see someone at the back end of this barricade pick up
I did not.
shell casings?
I did not.
You were out there.
I was
that
out
night.
there. But I wasn't standing there watching the barricade the whole time.
Okay. Now, when the car comes back down, can you point out, well, let's erase the screen.
Yes.
Okay. Now that we've zoomed out, where were you standing?
I missed what happened. I was erasing the
Oh, I'm
screen.
sorry, it didn't even erase. Where were you standing though?
Erase the X?
Yeah. Sorry. Where were you standing?
Where's the car?
No, where were you standing at this time?
I was still in the parking lot.
Show me.
I was still in the parking lot.
Right there. Who was standing with you?
I don't recall. It was 5 years ago.
Okay. And where were the people that you described that were standing around in the area right now?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Do we see people in this area right now?
They're in the parking lot. You
They're
see
in the
somebody
parking lot.
brake light, so clearly someone's there. Looks like somebody's here at this car. It looks like could be at this street right here. And there are people in this parking lot, this warehouse parking lot across the street. But there were people still everywhere in the parking lot. I think at this point, people may have been hiding because the car was coming back down the street and they thought that they were going to be shooting again.
Where are you at? Where are you standing at this particular point?
I'm in the parking lot. I'm definitely hiding because we see that the car is coming back down the street again.
And where are you hiding?
I don't recall, but I'm in the parking lot, the Wendy's parking lot somewhere.
Okay, she answered it now.
You see the people, they're walking. All the people are walking out now. It's a bunch of them. They're walking.
Are you one of those people?
I could very well possibly be.
You don't know what you had.
I was in the parking lot.
Okay.
Now people are leaving.
What are you doing during this moment?
I was walking in the parking lot asking, like, what happened? What's going on? Like, what, why they shoot at the car? They should have just let the car through. Like, what's going on? I was trying to figure out what happened.
So you needed to try to figure out what happened, although you just testified that you saw the car approach the barricade, go around the barricade, and go down the barricade. But
There was absolutely no reason to shoot in the car, though.
We can agree on that. Now, tell me where you see the next set of shots.
I don't see any shots. I heard them.
You heard them.
Yes.
Where did you hear them from?
I heard them out loud.
You heard them out loud?
Yes.
Did they come from the left, right?
I can't recall.
Was it one shot, two shots,
A bunch of shots.
bunch of shots?
Yes.
More than 5?
Maybe around 5 or
Okay.
maybe around 10.
What kind of firearm did they sound like they were coming from?
I wouldn't know what type of firearm it sounded like it was coming from. There were just shots again. And again, there had just been shots. And I know that a bullet doesn't have a name on it. So I'm like, shots again, kind of trying to get out the way and duck, hide behind a car or something.
Okay. You would agree with me that you didn't see any shots come from within that car, did you?
I don't recall.
And we're going to now play State's Exhibit 2, Camera 2.
You want to get rid of the X?
I'm sorry?
Want to get rid of the X?
Oh, yes, please. If you can get rid of this.
You're welcome.
So we're looking at State's Exhibit 2. Can you identify where you would be at this particular point?
You can't see where I'm standing at. It's inside the parking lot.
It's inside of the parking lot. So where the white car is, you're like further in?
I'm inside the parking lot.
You would agree with me that those individuals are standing on one side of the barricade at this particular point before the car comes down, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are some people standing there.
And you were, I'm sorry,
Yes, there are some people standing there. Sorry.
and you were out there every single day, right?
I'm correct.
Who were those people?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
The person in the black, I had never seen him before. That was his first time there. Didn't know his name. Or the other person with the all black on the other end. Never saw him before, and I couldn't tell you his name.
So at this particular point, what do you see?
A car
Okay. And what is the car doing?
driving, or it's looked like it went around the barricade.
Okay. And what are the people doing as the car goes around the barricade?
You can't tell.
Are the people still standing on the side of the barricade?
They're still standing there, yes.
Have they approached or advanced towards the car?
Yeah, they're at the car.
Okay. Did you just see those muzzle flashes?
I didn't.
We'll go back.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
I'll have some water.
I do, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
What is that you see right now in State's Exhibit 2?
I see the car. Looks like it's probably hitting their brake lights.
It looks like it's hitting what?
It looks like it could be hitting the brake lights.
Hitting the brake lights.
Like the light is flashing.
Okay. Do you see anything that's bright and yellow that is consistent with a muzzle flash?
Well, I see this light here. It's light.
We'll go back. As a matter of fact, let's go back.
When am I looking for it?
I'm gonna pause it at this point.
I didn't see it. But I guess you wouldn't see it
Hold on
because,
one second. Hold on one second.
okay.
Let's stay here. All right. Touch the screen. I'm gonna circle something that I want to pay your attention to. What is that consistent with?
I'm not sure what that is.
Okay. Would you agree with me that that's a muzzle flash?
I can't tell what that is. This looks like a brake light here. That looks like a muzzle flash here.
Show me what
Possibly.
looks like a muzzle flash.
This does here.
Okay.
Look like it could be. I really can't tell because the video is blurry.
What's the difference between? I'm gonna come here. What's the difference between the thing that I circled and what you just circled and identified as a muzzle flash?
I know that the person right here is shooting. This person who had on the black and the car is passing by. I saw him shooting as the car was going by. So I'm assuming that that's a muzzle flash.
Based off of your knowledge and what would you identify?
Objection, Your Honor. She's not an officer.
She has shot firearms. She had a firearm. She's testified that she's had training and that she's familiar with muzzle flashes.
Your Honor, we don't know the extent of whatever training she's had, so we're trying to get her to identify something on an image that she's seeing right now based on her training.
Gunner.
Certainly her training makes her qualified for this question.
Well, she self-identified herself as having quite a bit of training with weapons, but what question are you trying to get her to answer?
Whether or not that flash that I circled is consistent with the muzzle flash.
It could be. It definitely could be. Both of those could be.
Okay. And if we can back it up. So let's erase the screen. All right. So would you agree with me that everyone that we see in this still shot does not have on all black?
I would not agree. Everybody look like they do have on all black.
All right. Would you agree with me that you see some color coming from that person?
I would not agree.
You will not.
I don't see any color. I just see a look. You can barely tell that it's a person, but it looked like it could be a black shirt.
It looked like it could be a black shirt?
It looked like it could be.
What color do the pants look like they could be?
They're blending in with the street.
All right.
Erase it? Okay.
Now, watch the center of the screen for me.
The center? In the street?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Did you just see another muzzle flash?
I didn't. I was looking at, looked like someone right here, looked like they were picking up possibly shell casings. I didn't see anything down there.
Okay. So look at the person walking straight down the center line. Do you see that light that's highlighting from below that person?
This right here?
You can touch it and draw.
This?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
You see that light?
Yes, I do.
What is that consistent with?
You can't tell.
Okay. All right. Would it surprise you to know that shell casings was found on that line right there?
It wouldn't, because the person that I saw shooting in all black was standing here, and he was following behind the car until it got to the other barricade, and that person started shooting.
Okay. And the muzzle flashes, the possible muzzle flashes that you identified earlier, those were coming from two different people, correct?
If both of them were muzzle flashes, that was two different people, yes.
Okay. the guy wearing the all black that you described, where's he on the scene at this particular point?
I don't know. Everybody's moving around and everybody has on black.
Let's replay it for you.
Okay, I'm going to erase these.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so this is him. This is him.
That's him?
That's him.
Okay.
He's walking. Look like he went to the right, like he's going towards the Wendy's. He's still standing on the street. Now this is him. Or it's two people, but I can't tell which one was him at that point because they walked past each other. They crossed paths. Looks as if it's this person here still, but I can't tell if they swapped because they both had on black.
Now, you see how you've just identified those muzzle flashes at the top of the barricade?
I'm not sure which one did I identify.
The two that you circled?
Yes.
That were possibly...
Yes.
You never did that at the bottom of the barricade, correct?
No, because the person was on the other side of the barricade, so you wouldn't have saw the muzzle flash.
1 second. While they were at the other end, from the shots that we saw from the other end, you never saw anyone picking up shell cases?
Which end?
The second end, the top end.
The back?
Yes, the
Where he
back.
went around?
Yeah. Yeah, where he went around.
No, I never saw anyone pick up shell casings down there.
So if somebody fired from there, the shell casing should have still been there, correct?
Yes.
And
As they had some of the fancy things that you can get that catch the shell casings. That they have,
tell me about it.
they have like a bag or something that you can buy for your gun and it catches the shell casings when they shoot out.
I bet the shooter wished that he knew that. No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect? No questions. Okay, can we excuse this witness? Yes. Okay, ma'am, you can step down and thank you for your testimony.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
excused. So if you want to stay and watch, you can, but you absolutely don't have to. Members of the jury, is this a good time for you to take a lunch break? Okay, how long would you like? 45? Okay, thank you.
All right, for the jury.